thank you guys so much for coming out. Give it up for yourselves. Give it up for Trunk Space. Fuck it, give it up for the Lutheran Church that's like, sure, let's do it. Do art back there. We don't give a fuck. I'm Danny Vega. Give it up if you're a listener. Where are my listeners at? Where are my listeners? I love you all. Well, guys, we've got a really fun show for you tonight. I'll bring out the show horses themselves. Give it up for, he's a hilarious comedian, longtime friend of mine, man about town, Jake Davis. There he is. Look at that. She is TV's one-line wonder. Make some noise for Shannon D. Yeah. The inimitable.
Shannon.
Woo. Shannon.
Shannon. Good to see you, Phoenix.
Hello.
It's been too long.
Woo.
Thank you guys all for coming. This is so exciting.
It's very exciting, I think, for 3 certified scummy Sun Devils to be back in their own stomping grounds.
Yeah. Where's my Sun Devils at, huh?
Any Sun Devils?
There we go.
I think by
There we
default, if you spent any time in Phoenix, like if you ate at the Chili's to go in the airport, you got an ASU degree.
Yeah,
You
you're
have
a
like
Sun
a
Devil.
degree. Yeah.
Leads the nation in innovation. Everybody knows what that means.
Is it still a 98% acceptance
It's
rate?
not. They brought it down. They learned
Used
some
to
shit.
be.
They kicked out all the cats.
And I actually knew someone that got rejected.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God, were they in Chernobyl?
Yes, basically.
That got tight. Were you a lot of Russians are here tonight.
Yeah, pretty wild.
What kind? Can we talk about the person who didn't get in? Because with 90, it was
Yeah, you
98%
can't just drop that on
in my
us.
2010.
It was my roommate's friend from high school, and he was just kind of like a bubbling idiot. Like, it made sense.
bubbling
it
idiot?
was a surprise.
Just
Yeah.
bubbles coming
Was
out
he
of
a
his mouth.
bong? He was just a human bong kind of
Yes.
individual?
No, they would have let him in for sure. You gotta have him at the party.
Well, he's in the frat. He's not in the school.
My best Arizona State story, I was at a party where, I don't know if he was actually Wayne Gretzky's kid, but the cops showed up. Yeah, somebody jumped off of a balcony
I'm
to get
Tyler
away from the
Gretzky.
cops. He missed the pool and broke his leg, and somebody shouted, "That's Wayne Gretzky's kid!" And everybody just started cheering, and they hauled him out on a stretcher, and he put up his thumb like Evel Knievel as they're hauling him out, and then somebody nails the most perfect time. He doesn't even go here, and that's really all I remember from junior year, just that moment.
Wait, I have a Wayne Gretzky's kid story
What?
too. So I was at a party and he was there. We were all at the what is that called? Beer comes out of it.
I feel like
the
this-
keg. The
Beer
keg.
bong.
Janet, we went there. You gotta know what a keg is.
I feel like the premise of many parties was simply, yeah, Wayne Gretzky's kid is there. It's going to be a rager.
And so my friend was introducing me to him, and then he's my guy friend. He goes, "Yeah, so if you're looking to fuck someone tonight, she's down."
Jesus
I was like, "What the fuck?"
I didn't think you were gonna get singled out at the end of that story. I thought Wayne
Yeah.
Jr. was. He's a
Not
horn dog.
me. I was just like, okay, like what the fuck?
Real hard pitch that.
I know.
Even Wayne Jr. was like, I'm drunk, but that's not okay.
That shot's not on goal, Chief.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
speaks in hockey terms.
That's not a hat trick. There we go. I know sports.
You did it, Danny.
Or is that soccer?
Nope,
I don't know.
it's
Thank
both.
You,
You got it.
both. Thank you, Jake. So we're staying in an Airbnb.
That's a very generous term to call what we're saying, and
We're not really sure what's going on, but I don't even know where to start.
it's a
with
psyop.
this.
The whole thing's fake. There's no way this is an actual house. I think we're in a time loop. Every time we open the door, it's just 2004.
So let me start at the beginning, I guess. We get there, and, we've been driving for 6 hours from L.A., and it's just like, let's just fucking get there. I just want to get there and sit on the couch and relax.
He was saying that nonstop for the last 2 hours.
And
It
there's
was a
no
lot.
talking in my fucking car, okay? So
Yeah, we had to be silent the entire time.
EDM for 6 straight hours. Don't fucking look at me.
It honestly was.
Shannon,
I had a headache
Shannon
the
was
minute
eating
I
some
got in the car.
Shannon was eating some lentils in the back seat, and I saw Danny's forehead temple just start going insane.
There's no eating in the vehicle.
I forgot.
It's a simple rule.
Not his Toyota Camry 2021 hybrid.
There we go. She knows what it is. She knows. So anyway, we get there, go onto the Airbnb listing, And it says, when you get here, call. I'm like, what the fuck is this, a Hinge date? What is going on? So I call the guy, and he's like, okay, I'll let you in right now. And then he's like, the parking spot is 194. It's under the third shed. And that's what I think he said. And I'm like, oh, the third shed. And then I'm like, clearly he's referring to the parking
Shed.
cover
Yeah,
sheds.
cover.
I guess it's like a shed. I don't know. What's a shed? A cover of some sort. Mm-hmm. So we're driving. By the way, there's numbers everywhere.
This place is...
There's numbers on the parking spots and numbers on the buildings.
And there's
too,
random
but they
numbers
don't
just
match.
on the walls.
They do not match.
There's there's 13, 48, 248.
There's fucking letters. There's like
letters
storage
too?
units. There's other numbers, and I'm just like, let's find 194, the third shade. Then Jake's like, it's the third shade. I'm like, okay, it's the third shade, a common phrase we've all heard many times.
The longer we were in there, the more it felt like he was the wizard guiding us to the clues where the treasure is. And he kept getting vaguer the further away we got, and he just kept repeating things
third
like,
shade,
149! It's 149! We got it, it's 149.
So we go all the way around this complex, and then there's literally a sign that just says 149, and I'm like, well, this is clearly it. This has to be it. So we pull into the spot, and I'm like, okay, we're in the parking spot, and there's a sign right there, and it says 149. And he's like, no, that's not it.
Yeah, he was so confident. He already knew, like, nope, you did it wrong. Not that 149. Try again.
So then we realize in size 10 font above every parking spot is the tiniest fucking number. That's the. Can you not say that, sir? Can you not tell us it's above the parking spot?
First thing you gotta say.
On the shade.
On the shade.
So anyway, we finally figure it out. But this place is the worst decorated place you've ever seen in your entire life.
It's like it's fucking with you. It's like they knew you were going to hate this, and they just wanted to see how much of a bit they could get out of it.
So let's start soft. There's like a famous like Monet or what, I don't know.
Van Gogh.
One of the motherfuckers that they tell you is important but aren't actually that good.
Yeah.
Fuck
No,
Van
they're
Gogh, by the way.
good.
It's not like
Over
they're
here.
Wayne Gretzky's son or anything.
Yeah. So anyway, they got this like, you know that cafe one where they're like in the street in Paris? It's a nice little painting. What a nice little... No, but it's the same one as in all three of the bedrooms.
Each room. And they're on the same wall. They're in
Both of them are all in the same.
on the same corresponding
bedroom.
wall in each room.
The same paintings on each of the bedrooms. Same ones. Van Gogh's.
It's one of them.
Not the original.
One of those
Does
paint
anybody
nerds.
know? Van Dyke, I don't fucking care.
Never
They
scored a hat
weren't that
trick.
good. Anyway.
And also, there is still the sticker on every single item there. It's like they hired people and just said like, you need to get X, Y, and Z, and they were just doing the absolute bare minimum work.
Yeah.
Threw it in there. There's a sticker on every single thing.
Here-
Telling you what
imports.
type of wood it is.
The trash can. Oh yeah, there's a picture that is literally a wooden frame that says Burl Wood on the sticker, and it's still the picture that they
came
bought
with
it
the frame.
with.
There's three-
That
there's
says, like,
three of those.
10 by 8 size
hung
frame.
on the wall, and I would like to speak about how everything's hung in this house.
Yeah, the hanging really bothered
Everything
you.
is about 2 inches away from the ceiling, so I'm the only person in this group that can actually see the paintings.
He
and
told me, though. He told me what's up
You
there.
know how the Haunted Mansion ride at Disneyland, that room where it all stretches up? The whole house is just that at the peak of the stretch.
There's what is it? The Lord's Prayer?
No,
There's
the
a
Serenity
random,
Prayer.
The Serenity Prayer
the AA prayer that's hung this far away from the corner.
in the corner. Like they're like,
Cute.
be serene in the fucking corner.
And the coffee table is glass, and it literally has just a square sticker on it.
That says coaster. It functions as a
with
coaster.
with a
does that
barcode
mean?
too, though. So
What does
we're like,
that
is that
mean?
the brand name of it, or?
And I would say, conservative estimate, 70 bottles of water in the fridge.
Yeah, so that was the thing. I was
Which
starting-
we appreciate.
Yeah, that was nice, but it's still
hot.
weird.
I was starting to get mad, but then this guy like put a lot of attention into random details. There's water. There's fresh toothbrushes. I was like, don't mind if I do. I guess it's a double toothbrush weekend, everybody. Toothpaste. Okay. So like all the little amenities are mostly there, right?
Yes.
We got a hair dryer. We got it all. Then I'm like, great. I'll make some eggs. I can make eggs. And I was like, let me get some silverware. No problem.
Oh, yeah.
The only silverware is yellow, red, and blue children's like forks. Like
Fisher Price
plastic-
forks.
Not silverware, plasticware.
You can hear the house laughing at us as we're just exploring one nook to the next. Shannon found a piece of pizza in the microwave.
Oh, yeah.
Sharp as a dagger it was.
Half eaten.
And here's the kicker. On Airbnb, it says, be respectful. Somebody lives here. Like, this is their home.
There's
like a nicer
no
version of the
way.
monster from Barbarian lives at this house. There's no way that a
Right,
human
like,
exists
please let that be false, because what is this guy doing?
there. They also said that there was a private pool, and this is just like a finicky gripe, but it was a shared pool, which I don't normally mind, except there was a little kid in it. You know that little kid cough where it's like, they can't be well? That little, like,
Seal
5-year-old... And it's just, can somebody help them?
Yeah, get the kid away from the water.
This is ground zero. This is where the outbreak starts.
Yeah.
Say the ghost thing.
The what ghost thing?
You heard a ghost?
What about it? Oh, yeah. Thank you for reminding me of that observation I had, Shannon. I just don't think it's possible for a ghost to haunt this house. I don't think I've never been more sure that a house is not haunted because the ghost would just be creeped out by the decor.
Brand new.
We're the first people to breathe in this house.
Yeah, the other twist is that like a lot of things are like very ornate, like fancy crystals underneath the coffee table.
And embedded into the chairs, which is weird.
Yeah, and like lots of mirrors and stuff. But then in the corner, a giant like neon green LED light.
Lightsaber.
Yeah, it's the only way to describe it. It's a decorative lightsaber.
It's aliens. I think there's aliens.
I think
there.
we're
Like,
going to
that's the
die in
only
there
thing that
tonight,
adds
so let's
up.
make this show count. How about it?
All right, Shannon, we have a tradition.
Oh,
Some of
boy.
you may know it, but Shannon at every live show comes out with some horrible thing that she's done.
Yeah, get your pitchforks ready, folks. These are usually some doozies.
We'll start at the bottom, I think, which is she puts up her feet on the airplane.
That's
That's
The
endearing.
armrest.
That caused problems. People got mad at that
they
show.
got really mad at
we get
me.
memes about it every day. We think she might have popularized it. So
I know they're all over the internet now. Ever since then,
Little
I'm
bit
like,
about
I'm
me.
kind of famous.
feet girl.
I think feet are the most disgusting part of the human body. We should all have hooves. People just send me, strangers just send me. I hate it. I hate that you did that. Strangers just send me pictures of bare feet now because they know I don't
love
like
that.
it.
I love
It's
that
my
for
least
you.
favorite part of this journey.
So the second
Amazing.
thing we learned about Shannon is that
Oh, do we have to go over them
Yep.
all?
I think so. They
You
need
made
the
it public record.
background, you know? Even in like a vague pinch, like her roommate's been in the bathroom for like 4 minutes, Shannon will go to the kitchen and piss in the sink. She's a piss goblin.
It's,
have to go.
Well, the funny thing is with that one, when that came out, compared to the airplane feet situation,
Yeah.
the whole crowd is just like, well, yeah. What? That's okay.
I know they
Piss
were
in the
on
sink.
board for that. I was really surprised.
'cause I think
thought I
everyone
was
was
gonna
like-
get tore apart for that.
I think
Nobody
everyone was
cared.
like, yeah, that sucks for your roommate, but I'm not going to ever live with you.
Yeah,
You're not welcome in my home.
true.
So here we
Do
are.
it tonight.
What?
I might do it tonight.
I don't care. Piss in that sink.
Yeah.
The house can't get any weirder.
In that house, the sink is probably designed for piss.
Okay, so I've got another one. So, this was like 10 years ago. I lived with that same roommate who I peed in our
poor
sink.
girl.
And I think I mentioned we didn't really get along very well. I wonder why. And so she would always do this thing. So I really don't like wasting at all. Like I am so like paranoid about wasting things. And she would always throw away her food in the trash can.
Well, that is where it goes.
And it would be like a bag of nuts. And I would like look in the trash can, I was throwing something out, and there'd be like a bag of nuts in there, perfectly good nuts.
Like half a bag, a third a bag. Like, well, how
Yeah,
much nuts
not
are we
like an
talking?
entire thing, but
Like 97% full of nuts.
no, like I don't know.
But like a good
half?
portion.
Yeah.
Half.
Okay,
Okay, we're
that's-
going
that's
half
fucked
Or
nuts.
up.
sometimes in little baggies. Like it was like maybe she took them to
Was she
lunch or something.
Dealing nuts? Was she just plastic baggies full of cashews?
I don't know what the hell she was doing with these things, but she was throwing them out and she was not eating them. And so I was like, well, what the heck? So I said to her, I was like, hey, by the way, if you're ever going to throw out food, let me know because I'll eat it. And she was like, okay, sure, no problem. but then she never would. So I would just go in and fish it out and eat it.
Oh, okay. You were raccooning. That's fine.
That's not that bad.
No,
This
you
is
got
tame.
that's reasonable.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Okay,
What's the net?
so-
Oh, there's more. Okay.
Yeah, this wasn't it.
Oh no.
I thought that was it.
I'm just laying the context for like. Actually, that had literally nothing to do with what I'm about
Cool.
to say.
We're on track.
Fuck is going on?
This is a classic AITA app we got for you tonight.
So she would always make these amazing things. Tortilla español. Has anyone ever had this?
We
it's
love
like a
it.
Spanish omelet. So good.
Or as my white friend called it, egg pie.
Yeah, it really
looks
was
like
what
egg
it
pie.
was. Yeah,
it's nice.
So it's like potatoes, onions, and eggs, and it was delicious. And she would make them pretty often because she studied abroad in Spain. But we didn't get along. Like we barely talked at all. It was like a very contentious relationship.
Okay.
But I loved this tortilla español. It was so good. But I didn't want to ask her if I could have any, and I didn't want her to know I was taking any. So every time she would make it, I would just like cut off a little sliver on this side, and then cut off a little sliver on this side.
And it was a circle.
Yeah, it was a circle, and like she would have like a quarter of it or something, and then I'd go in and I'd cut a little over here, and I'd cut a little over here. So then we'd like kind of make a whole piece, but you couldn't really. Actually, that doesn't make any
Nah,
sense.
she definitely knew.
Because if I just
She
cut
knew.
this one side, it would have been the same thing.
This
Now that I'm
motherfucker's
thinking about
pissing in the
it.
sink. She's stealing my egg pie corners. She's pressing me for my nut bags.
Wait, I cannot believe I thought that was trickery. It's still the same amount of the pie.
It's just bold-faced thievery.
This girl is still in therapy from being your roommate.
So yeah, I would just do a little and a little. And I don't think she never said anything to me, but I did it all the time.
So she just kind of let you keep believing like a toddler with Santa Claus. Just like, I guess I'll let her have this. She's going to a lot of trouble. How
guess
long would it
so.
take you to carefully steal the corners of the egg pies?
Well, I was very careful about it, but apparently I didn't need to be.
Yeah, because it was a circle.
I know. I'm blown away at how dumb I am.
From this
right
girl's
now.
perspective, you fed from the trash.
Yes.
And she did know you pissed in the sink. She found out.
No.
She never found out.
I think she might know.
What? How?
I don't know, but you turned circles into squares and thought you were getting away clean, so...
No, she didn't know any of this. I think I got away with it.
The sink pissing or this?
Both.
Wow. I hope.
How would you catch me?
Let's take a quick poll. How many people think Shannon is a master criminal and has gotten away with these crimes?
Oh my God, the
Round of applause.
silence.
You guys
Dead
don't
silence.
think? How would she have caught me? Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, all right. We'll give you pissing. The piss gargoyle strikes
Well, yeah,
only at
she
night.
never caught me doing that. I would like do it really, really quick. I would speed up. Yeah. yeah. But with the pie, you think she noticed?
You were turning circles into squares. I think she had to know
Into
something was
squares?
up.
Has
Well, you were
any-
turning them into flat sides with right angles,
I don't know. I think we've all
No.
stolen some of our roommates' food.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fucking liars. I know you have. Has anybody ever caught their roommate stealing food? Oh, yeah? And what was the evidence? No more
Okay,
cereal?
Oh, they would have the whole box.
You don't finish the end. That's 101.
You can't even take it where it gets down to dust with cereal
Yeah.
because you'll know.
She'd
Oh
eat the
my
whole box. She's
goodness.
just shameless roommate.
She was shameless.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I was always trickery. Like, not just with this. It would be like I'd make sure that the, peanut butter jar was open, and then I would take a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And
So you were
then,
stealing all of her food, not just the egg pies.
Yes, I think I was, yes.
All right.
I got a pretty soft one. I used to take the like really healthy people eat like that peanut butter dust.
Oh, yeah, PB2.
I would eat my roommate's PB2.
I'm sorry, what is this?
It's peanut butter dust. I don't really know how
Powder.
else
They
to
get
put
rid of
it.
the oil in it.
Oh.
And they grind it down to a powder.
I don't
so
care
it's
for
not
that.
the fat. Yeah, it's not very good.
It wasn't
at
very
all.
enjoyable. I felt
Peanut
like
butter didn't
eating
need a
chalk.
sequel. We nailed it on the first one. That
Yeah.
seems unnecessary.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got a little bit of an update for you guys. Who's familiar
Wait,
with
we didn't give a verdict for me.
I think
I
there was a
think
verdict.
we know.
What do you guys think? What?
AITA for stealing my roommate's Spanish tortilla, egg
But just
pie.
she didn't notice, just a little bit here and there.
NTA and she is?
NTA round of applause.
They just like you, Shannon.
Simp Army.
Okay.
Always coming in strong.
YTA round of applause. Okay.
Don't be on her side, people. We have to deal
I'm
with
going to
her.
go ESH.
Oh, wait, actually.
What did your roommate do?
She was mean to Shannon, so I got to
we
stand with
hated
my
her.
girl.
Oh, yeah, she was terrible.
What did she do?
I was the amazing one in this situation.
Okay.
I was.
God.
I was the angel.
What did she do? What bad thing?
That's a story for another time.
She lived with a gaslighting, food-stealing piss gargoyle. What charge is against her?
It's too long to tell.
Yeah, this
right?
is your
Okay.
anti-Cuban
We'll get
sentiment.
into it another day.
You got to come down to Tucson for the sequel to this story. All right.
Yeah. All right, so a while ago, we found out that my dad doesn't actually like to pick up his dog's poop. So when the dog poops, instead of using a bag, he has the bags with him. He doesn't use the bags. What he does is he takes a stick and he digs a hole, and then he hides the poop in the hole and then covers the hole.
Lewis and Clark method.
Hence, we have deemed him the poop hider.
Poop hider.
That's his name. He's a doctor of psychology, but really, first and foremost, poop hider.
Poop hider.
But we've got some updates. Dad, do you want to just come up? We've got a crowd mic here, by the way. We want to do some audience interactions. Dad, do you just want to tell us how the poop hiding turned out for you?
Yeah, poop
Give it up for Dr. Vega. Give it up. Give it up.
Doing it.
Keep it going. He's gold.
Okay, so I am no longer a poop hider. I'm recovered. It took me a while to recover, but my wife basically said, don't do it anymore.
She said she'd divorce you.
Yeah.
Did she really do that?
Well, I
She
think
said
she
it
would have
seriously?
done something worse than that, but we won't. Let's not get into it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I really felt that, if you take the dog out, right? And I did this for years, by the way. We have a common area there where we live, and there are rocks, right? And the dog poops, right? And it's a small dog. It's a small poop. And so I took these little sticks, all right?
Yeah.
It's okay with you?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
No, I was just coughing.
He was coughing.
Unrelated.
So,
He supports
and,
you.
I would just and Danny took a video. Danny took a video of it too, and he saw the kind of work. It's masterful the way I do it. And so
It takes much more time than just putting it in a goddamn bag. It takes minutes.
Yeah, and this is true. That's an observation that's true. But I'm ecologically friendly guy.
Right. He used ChatGPT to generate an argument about how it was environmentally friendly.
I went to ChatGPT.
Yes.
And I came up with a little,
Essay.
Regarding the poop and how it was, advantageous to do that. That was better to do what I was doing than to put it in a little plastic bag because of the...
It was better. You guys are the assholes for putting it in a bag.
Right. So, but I can tell you right now, man, the people where I live, they're the old farts, they don't like it. They resent it.
Well, but it's not just that they don't dislike that you're doing it. It's that you do it in their front yard.
No, not necessarily. Well, yes, I have done that. No, not necessarily, but I have been guilty of that. Yes. And he offered me a bag also.
They offered you a
and
bag.
I said,
You rejected
I don't need it.
Yeah.
I don't need it. I got it here. I got it. I'm gonna leave it nice and clean here for you. Come on, we're here. Check it out.
And a woman came out, and you gave her a letter that
Well,
ChatGPT had written?
I was going to, but your mother basically castrated me in the interim. So essentially what happened is I couldn't understand why they would get so upset. They were just not, they were really, really upset. And then I would try asking, but look, you can't even see it. and then they said,
Right.
well, what? I don't know. I still, as a psychologist, even I try to figure out. Of course, that didn't get me anywhere. Anyhow, I have since retired from that. I said,
Retired poop hider.
Wait, there was one more event we got to talk about, which is that he was called out on Next Door.
No.
Oh!
The old people website.
Well, I wasn't called out by name, but I was called out as the 4-0 pickleballer, which is what I am.
They
over
didn't
there.
call out your ranking, you liar. Is that true? That's true. They put your ranking in there? Wow,
Wait,
you like
ranking?
that.
What
Well,
does
the
that
guy
mean?
saw me play.
They
with
have the old people rank themselves on 1 to 5.
How many of you
It's
are
like a
familiar with
KDR, but for
pickleball?
pickleball.
Oh, God, don't encourage him. It's all he talks about.
She says are you familiar with pickleball? And what are you?
So he's a 2.5.
Shit, it's a pickleball ball podcast now.
Okay, we're all very proud of your 4.0.
I'm a 4.
He's a 4.
He's a 4.
Are you impressed?
Which is interesting because he's also a 4 out of 10 on the look scale.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey.
He's my dad. We've been calling each other ugly for 30 years.
Well, you're gonna look like me because
I already do.
I look like
I
you.
look a lot
so.
like you.
He
So
got you
anyway,
there.
you know, long story short, I have given up on poop hiding. I mean, I no longer hide poop. I pick it up, and I feel a lot better now.
It's almost like you were doing something wrong.
Yeah, I that's what I couldn't figure it out. I thought I was doing something good for humanity, but
Well, didn't Danny tell you I did it one time?
oh, you did.
With a leaf. Yeah.
Well,
No,
What?
you just put a leaf over
I
it?
put a leaf
Yeah.
over it, yeah.
I don't know if that's
that's
the
an insult to what
All
he
right,
does.
So,
Poop hiding.
how big was the poop?
Like this, I guess, and then it was a pretty large leaf. But then after
How
I walked
big is-
away, I was like, oh my God, I was just a poop hider.
Yeah, and how big was your dog?
Small, like a Westie.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
we're basically in the same team.
Same.
There.
I wouldn't besmirch your technique like that. You sent a
Yeah.
video, and I initially was doubtful of his method, but once I saw you dig a
thorough.
latrine,
He hides-
essentially.
Well, and my mom is in support of it. I told her about it because she used to live out here, and she said when you're on a hike and stuff, you just kind of kick it off the path.
Right, and that's
Yeah.
not right. I mean, it's better to hide it, no? Don't you think?
All right, we got it. Give it up for the poop hider, everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Vega.
He's a legend. He's a legend.
That is the second time today Danny and I have heard Shannon describe the size and density of a poop. So
Yeah, we got into it on the last episode we recorded today. All right, so we're just going to explain the AITA verdicts a little bit. I think most of you might know them, but we just want to explain before we get
And
into the
AITA
situation.
stands for Am I the Asshole?
And so the verdicts are going to be NTA, which is
not the
Not
asshole.
the asshole.
YTA, which is
You're the asshole.
asshole.
And the we're okay. Not the asshole, and the other person is. So that's NTA.
yes.
YTA, you're the asshole, and the other person is not.
Yes.
Then for situations where no one's an asshole, we say
ESH.
NAH.
NAH.
Oh,
no
sorry.
assholes here.
Yes.
And for everyone is an asshole, we say ESH. Everyone sucks,
Sucks
here.
here.
Yeah.
So that's it.
And yeah, we've got a mic up here, so if you're feeling it, you can come up and give an opinion, unless your name's David Cardoza. All right, guys, we've got one heck of a show. Our second story today, AITA for what I brought to a potluck of cultural foods. But first, folks, it's AITA for being pissed there was no alcohol at a wedding. One of my 35 male best friends, 34 male, got married last week. He drinks alcohol, and our friend group will meet up at breweries a few times a month to hang out. His fiance, now wife, does not drink. It's never been a part of her life. My wife and I got a hotel room by the reception space and Ubered to the wedding. The ceremony occurred. We go to what's supposed to be cocktail hour, and there was just soda and water. No alcohol. This was not something we knew. There was a palpable buzz among our friend group about the lack of booze. A lot of us had spent money on a hotel room and Ubered, anticipating that we would drink. I'm kind of pissed. Bride and groom come to cocktail hour. Everyone cheers. And when the bride and groom come mingle with us, I ask, "Where's the booze?"
Where is it?
His new wife chimes in saying her family does not drink and they were paying for the wedding, thus no alcohol. I tell them we should know that ahead of time. I say I wasted money on a hotel room and Ubering. That's the third time he's brought up hotel room and Ubering. We heard you. I would have just driven if I'd known, or maybe not even come. The bride does not take my commentary well and implies I might have a drinking problem. The groom says, I don't need to be such an asshole. I reiterate that I spent a bunch of money on something I didn't need. We all did. The bride's pissed and asks me to leave. My wife and I leave, but it's clear I touched a nerve. In our group chat, friends were mixed on me saying something. My wife said I wasn't wrong, but my timing was wrong. AITA.
I think this guy might have a drinking problem. just a really hot take there.
That's hot. That is hot for me.
Well, I mean, this is it's just ridiculous is what it is.
The thing is, okay, so if you're ever, I've been to dry weddings before. I feel like most people have at some point. And here's what
Sure.
you do at a dry wedding. You go to the reception for 5 minutes, shake hands with grandma, say congratulations, bon voyage, and then you leave. That's what everyone does at dry weddings.
Or you can do what I did at prom, which was tape a water bottle full of vodka around my leg.
Yeah, that's
under
the other
my
way to go.
dress.
Sure.
And we know which
Just
roommate
straight
bought the
vodka?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Straight vodka.
So, but Jake, you've been to a dry wedding, but you were told it was dry before, isn't that right?
I did not know, but it was broadcast to everybody else that was coming, and they had a milk bar.
Go
Oh,
on.
yeah,
Yeah.
you told us about this. That
Yeah.
is so
I did not
gassy.
partake. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
right?
Seems like it's a terrible idea. It was an outdoor wedding. The sun was still out. A lot of sweaty uncles.
Not milk in the sun.
Hopefully
Yeah.
it wasn't Arizona.
No, it was in Los Angeles, but it was still hot. It was like
Yeah.
August.
When you say milk bar, you mean like soy, almond, oat?
It had like
the
they had like
whole-
strawberry and chocolate, but it's still sun time milk, so it's not exactly
and not
what.
milkshakes.
No,
Because
no.
milkshakes would be good, I
Nope,
think.
just milk.
Milk.
It's a really weird beverage to go all in on. Hey, how about something from Teats? Let's do that. 100% teat-based drinks.
Have you ever had it like straight from the cow? I don't mean
I have.
sucking on the. I don't.
I
mean
have.
sucking
No, I've
on
sucked a cow off, but no, I had
so
unpasteurized
warm, though.
milk.
It's so disgusting.
didn't have
Yeah, no, it doesn't come out of the cow cold.
Did you really have it out of a cow straight up?
Not like sucking
Warm?
on it, but like a little second after in the
Wow.
cup. In the cup.
You always find a way to go lower than I even know. I had unpasteurized milk like out of a crazy machine, and it was the best tasting milk I've ever had. It was amazing.
I have never felt
It's
more
so
disgusted
nasty.
by both of
It's
you at the same
nasty.
time.
What?
Just
Just a little bacteria. in
you're
there?
just drinking raw dog and milk, huh?
Yeah.
So
Anyway, so yeah, the milk bar was a weird choice. They at least had soda, and we had a situation before where the bar there was just water,
Just water,
which
yeah.
seems incredibly punishing. There's at least soda at this one.
Yeah, I think that it was a miss on the bride and groom's part of not telling them ahead of time that it was a dry wedding. I think that
Yeah.
definitely
It's a
should have
massive
been
miss.
told.
Shannon and I, you don't drink. I don't
Yeah.
drink. We don't drink. As a non-drinker, I think this is fucking crooked. Everybody's trying to get fucked up at the reception. That's like the whole point.
I have a problem though when this guy's coming with this energy and the way that that OP writes this too. I don't fully buy this attitude of like there was a buzz and other people were mad. I think he was the only one that was
No,
mad.
I bet you everyone was like talking shit about it with each other, being like, oh my God, what? There's no alcohol? I didn't realize that. Because honestly, I was just telling you about this earlier today, like, because I stopped drinking a couple of years ago and I've changed my relationship with alcohol, but I definitely used to be like, there needed to be alcohol there if I was going to have fun. And it was like such a crooked way of thinking
Right.
because it's not true at all. But we're so conditioned in our world that like alcohol is the center of like all of the good times that we have in life. And I think if it was back in the day when I used to drink, and I don't really think I was necessarily like an alcoholic, but I definitely had a irresponsible relationship with alcohol. But I would be probably a little bit like, oh, I didn't realize that. But so fucked up to say it to the bride and the groom in the moment.
Creating conflict at the wedding over this, it's just like, just take your bow and leave at that point if
Or
this is
just
really...
stay and try and have a good time. You claim these are your best friend's wedding.
Not anymore.
Like, you're telling me that you can't have a good time at your best
I'm
friend's
with
wedding?
you. I honestly think leaving after 5 minutes might be a bit short, but you stay for an hour, you do what you got to do, and then you and the buddies go to the local
You do
bar.
what you gotta do. Drink
Yeah.
a Pepsi for
Yeah.
45 minutes. What a
Yeah.
sacrifice.
I've done it.
But also, it's like there's music there. It's not like there wasn't music. They
Well,
didn't
we
say
don't
anything
know
about-
that,
Well, he would have
actually.
added that, don't you
It's-
think?
Maybe he left, so he wouldn't know.
Well, yeah, that's true. But it's not like you can't. The fact where he says, or I wouldn't have come at all, you don't go to people's weddings for your own enjoyment. You go there for them.
Right.
To support them. It's your
Yeah.
best friend's wedding. So to say to them, oh, maybe I wouldn't even have come at all if there wasn't alcohol there. You need alcohol that much. That's why I do
But
kind of
it's-
agree. He does have a little bit of a
It's
problem.
an expectation. That's just how receptions are. You got to specify that.
I know, but suck it up. You're gonna say something to the bride
No,
on
he
her
shouldn't have.
wedding
No, I
day?
think we're lined up on this. I think AITA for being pissed there was no alcohol at a wedding. I think he's an asshole. He shouldn't have said anything. But I think they were being assholes. You got to tell people you're not having booze
No,
at your
that makes
wedding.
them
Yes, it does.
asshole-ish.
That's as a non-drinker, I'd be like, you got to say that. That's the expectation.
He missed out on the surprise because they didn't tell them that because after the band finished playing, everybody got to do DMT. So
Yeah,
it was a pretty ripping party,
That was-
actually.
that
They
was-
peeked beyond the veil.
should have stayed, bro. We met God.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do. I mean, I completely understand his frustration also with the Ubering and the hotel that he mentioned 45 times.
I was gonna
Because
say that's
he-
a little bit like that guy. This guy must be like 22, because I mean, you know, how much is that? Holy
He's fucking broke. He's got no resources
Well,
left.
no, it's still, that's real. Money's real.
Money's real.
Yeah, but then, okay, I'm more on board for him being an alcoholic there because I'm like, well, did you stay in the hotel? Didn't you sleep there, dog? Like, you still got value out of the hotel.
Yeah, but he could have driven, it
I
sounds
think
like.
any situation where you're doing the same things everyone else around you is doing, when you keep like everybody's staying in a hotel, most
True,
people
yeah.
probably Ubered. You just sound like a jackass when you keep harping on stuff like that.
Yeah, he was probably just saying it to just add more fuel to the, well, these are the reasons why.
Because he didn't have anything to make it wait. There's no weight to
I'm
this.
out $137.
That's like $18 in 2016.
Yeah,
but, sorry,
that's
reverse.
fair.
You know what I'm
Does
saying.
anybody have an opinion
I'm
they
not
want
in
to voice? Are we
economics.
ready to move on? Anybody have an opinion on this?
Yeah,
Asshole?
I think we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that he's an asshole.
Oh, nobody's with me that the people's throwing a reception? ESA,
it's-
we got to me. All right, give it up if you're YTA, just this guy is the asshole.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm on that
You're with
team.
that. Give it up if it's ESH, the couple is an asshole and the guy.
I think it's.
I was right. That's objective.
I think it's a whiff. I don't think that they're assholes.
They're
I think that was a
assholes. That's
party
fucking
planning
rude.
mistake.
All
I
right.
think it was, that's what I think too.
All right,
Hell
guys,
yeah.
here's
Hell yeah.
Shannon with our
Okay.
next sitch.
AITA for what I brought to a potluck of cultural foods. The college I go to has a large international population, and many of my friends are from other countries. We thought that it would be fun to do a potluck dinner where people brought a food from where they were from. I am from the United States and not a big metro area, so there's not exactly a ton of interesting cuisine from my area. The dish I decided was most relevant to bring is comprised mostly of pasta, chicken, and with a sauce. It's not the most complex dish. It's not something that would wow you, but it's a local dish and it's good. I made it homemade, so I did put effort into it.
Though she did make it sound the saddest with that description.
I brought it to the dinner, and my friends seemed to like it. However, a couple of people that I am not as close to, and the girlfriend of one of my friends, Ella, was not impressed. She had organized the event. I don't know Ella too well. She's always been nice to me, and vice versa. Her partner's from Japan and brought a really good dish, and something I had never tried before. Ella asked who brought the pasta, and when I said I did, she just said, oh. Afterwards, she texted me saying that I should have brought something nicer. She hasn't talked to me since, and some other people also said stuff to me saying that I was rude by bringing what I did to the dinner, but we made up. There also have been several jokes made about it. I didn't think I was wrong, but the more I think about it, the more I wonder if I should have just brought nothing. I did try, and I did make a local food, but maybe I should have left the food to the people with more interesting local foods and stuff people hadn't tried. AITA for bringing what I did.
This is the most insufferable friend group I've ever heard
Yeah.
of, including
I-
ones with me in them.
I got anxiety just reading this. Can you?
Well,
Go
we
ahead.
did find in the comments what she made, which is chicken riggies. Has anyone ever heard of this before? So it is an Italian.
I told you nobody was going to know what chicken riggies are.
It's an Italian-American pasta dish that's native to Utica, New York, which is in upstate New York. It's a pasta-based dish consisting of chicken, rigatoni, and hot or sweet peppers in a spicy cream and tomato sauce, which I think sounds delicious.
That sounds fine. That's more complicated than anything I make.
You know, it has that delicious...
Well, you just make protein powder. Today you went to the grocery store, you got protein powder, cottage cheese, a protein shake, eggs. It was just, I was like, do you think he eats anything besides protein? I'm worried about your diet.
I have severe
My favorite
indigestion.
part of any live show is when Shannon just gets bored, pulls out a stick, and whacks Danny in the face.
Do not share the contents of my fridge, Shannon.
I know. How's your digestion?
It's not good. I can't stop
worried.
I
farting.
swear to God, if we start talking about poop again, I'm going to lose
Sorry.
it.
All right, listen.
Chicken riggies, this dish does have the delicious sound of that kind of meal. If anybody had tired parents at any point who would still make dinner, this has tired parent dinner written all over it, and there's something scrumptious about that.
I think it sounds so good.
It does sound really good. I think that her mistake was not going America enough. I think that there was a lot more room to kind of play up the clown shoes that we have become on the global stage. I think that you really could have gone more for like a, ooh, yeah, what I brought here, yeah, it's Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah, I deep fried a rack of ribs and I got 57 McDoubles, baby. And we're slathering them all up in Frank's Red Hot. Oh, yeah, dig it. I don't know. I just wanted to do that. That was for me. That wasn't for you.
He gets one per episode.
I get one.
He gets
That's
one per episode.
Thank you. First applause break of the show. Count it.
I don't think that's exactly what happened.
That's what happened.
I'm very with you that this does seem like a phone it in kind of dish, but I'm really ready to really attack the person who, you know, oh, they have a Japanese partner. This just has that energy of like, yes, he's from Japan. Did you know my husband? He's from Japan. He's from Japan, by the way. And you're like, you know, we got it.
Yeah. It's like the girl that studies abroad and then comes back with like a Spanish accent.
Barcelona.
Yeah.
My old roommate.
I'm from Barcelona and I can't seem to keep egg pie. I don't know why. It disappears. Something in the fridge or something. This just seems like so like shrill to me too, where it's like I feel like this person who threw the party is like the dominant one in the friend group, and that's why everyone's, because who would make these jokes? Like, does that even play as good trash talk? Like, yeah, Jake, when you brought apple pie to the party, that really sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
It was awful. You fucking got me, man. I'm upset that OP took that subservient, just like, yeah, you're right, I fucking suck. I just brought noodle chicken. That's what she did, and I feel bad for her.
but a lot of dishes, like, what's a more complicated dish than noodle chicken? I mean, I'm not a cook, but
What's more complicated than that?
yeah,
things.
steak is good. That's less complicated.
Well, I also think that
Sure.
Let's just not address what I said. I didn't think it
I mean, I
mattered.
don't know,
It
like-
was the chicken riggies of statements. Go on.
You asked what's a higher effort meal than this, and it's like all of them.
Name one.
Fucking, what's that one that Gordon Ramsay does?
You can't even name one.
No,
What?
no.
What's that?
Beef Wellington. There it is.
Beef? Well, that's like the surgery of food. It's
Yeah,
like,
well,
we're gonna
you
put
said-
a sandwich in a pie, motherfucker. It's like, okay, calm down, Britain. We get it. Your food sucks.
yeah.
Not
Well,
that one.
That's true. I
I feel
love
like
it.
it's, I don't know, food is such like a, I don't know, a personal thing. And I feel like it's rude to call them out for what they brought. Like, whenever I make food for anyone, I really don't like it. It's like very, like, I don't know, I feel embarrassed about
Sure.
Same.
serving
Same.
it
Oh,
to
my food's
them.
horrible.
Like, I don't want, I know.
I can make
we
quinoa
saw.
too, actually, everybody. It's fucking good.
And like I remember growing up, my mom would, make me kind of like weird healthy snacks when everyone else would have like the, Dunkaroos and Lunchables and stuff. And I would kind of like hide it under my desk because it'd be embarrassing. So I feel like food is just kind of, I don't know, a personal thing. And I feel like it can be, to be called out like this, it just feels kind of bullying a little bit.
It's 80s movie Bully, and it's over the
Yeah.
dumbest thing possible. Just like, Yo, everybody, check what she brought to the party.
She literally
ridiculous.
did what they told her to do, like local cuisine. She's from upstate New York. What did they want her to bring?
Isn't the best part of potlucks when somebody just brings some fucking dog shit
Oh, that's
and
always
nobody
the best
knows
thing.
what it is?
It's like Aunt Mary's cheese sauce, and you eat a quart of it and like throw up.
I was at a potluck at my middle school, and somebody straight up brought like one of that old school 50s gelatin with meats inside it.
No.
And it was just like, what the fuck is that? That's metal as shit.
Was it
gross.
good?
No!
Okay.
It was clear gelatin with chunks of ham in it. I have nightmares about it to this
Disgusting.
day.
With peas too, right?
What?
With
Oh, and the peas, yeah.
That sounds like the food they eat in our Airbnb when the owner's home. Yeah, it looks like these comments pretty much agreed. I don't really think we can ding here. I mean, look, she brought a dish to a party, and like
Follow the rules.
she followed the rules. Like I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of simpler dishes too, like sushi, steak. Like there's all kinds of simple shit that's great.
Sushi
food.
simpler than chicken riggies?
Sushi is just raw fish on rice.
Okay, yeah, that's what it
Sashimi?
is. You want to compare rolling sushi well?
What do you
to-
mean? The purest sushi isn't even rolled.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess.
No, I
But
like-
you still have to cut it.
Cut to me just eating raw fish. It's sushi. What?
I like this comment here. It says, it's a potluck. Not everyone is a gourmet chef. I bet if you'd cooked something outside your cultural background, she'd complain about cultural appropriation. I bet that's
This is the
true.
worst friend group ever. You can't
They're
win with these
awful.
people.
No, you can't. They sound terrible.
AITA for what I brought to a potluck of cultural foods. I think we're aligned here, people. Not the asshole and the friend is.
Yep.
Anybody? Any haters?
Yay.
Anybody?
Has anybody brought something that was absolutely reviled to a potluck that you thought was going to be a banger? I just want to hear if there's anybody in the crowd that's proud enough to share that with us.
Oh,
I kind of set myself up for failure on that one. I didn't think anybody's going to
Wait,
hop
I
up.
brought these on
What?
Easter, these egg-shaped Jello,
Oh.
and to my class, and like
Yeah.
no one ate them. And it was
Egg-shaped
so
Jell-O?
Sad. Yeah.
Now,
me and my mom made them. They were like eggs, like Easter eggs, but they were Jello.
Okay.
What was in 'em?
That's
Really
cute.
cute.
Yeah, what'd you
And,
put in
no
there,
one ate
Shan?
them, and I kept looking over, and I was just like,
What's in the
yeah.
Jello?
You pissing those Jello eggs, Shan? You did
not
make piss
telling.
cubes. You made
I'm
piss
not
cubes and
telling.
tried to trick people into.
The premise of this dish is like just that the Jello is an interesting shape.
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. AITA for telling my neighbors to get a hotel if they want to do stuff every night. I, 43M, have 6 kids. I'm already tired. 4 daughters and 2 sons, ranging from 16 to 2.
Jesus.
Oh my God, stop fucking. All my daughters share a room and my sons share a room. I'm aware that's a bit intense, but they're both quite big rooms and they all enjoy sharing a room.
Okay, all right, cool. We got it. Yeah, I'm sure they like sharing the room.
Our house is connected to the next door, and the neighbor's bedroom is on the same wall as both my kids' rooms. Our new neighbors moved in about 4 months ago, and not to be TMI, but I swear they're always doing something. I'm not one to be confrontational, so I tried to just ignore it. I can sleep through the night fine. But a few days ago, my daughter, 5F, came into my room at 2 a.m. crying, saying she thinks the neighbors are fighting each other. And that they were screaming. Of course, I was concerned and told my daughter to stay in my room. I went into hers, and lo and behold, they were screaming, but not from fighting. At this point, I was irritated. If they want to do it every day, that's their choice. But if they're waking my children up at 2 a.m., I think I have the right to say something. The next day, I went over to their house and basically told the husband that, quote, if he's that horny, he can get a motel or shag in the basement. He got mad and embarrassed. He told me it was none of my business what they did in bed and then slammed the door in my face. I feel like I may have been in the wrong, but they're also doing it 6 feet away from 6 sleeping children with only a thin wall in between. I share custody of my kids and I only have them on Tuesdays and Thursdays, as their mother and stepfather are at work those days. And I had mentioned this to my neighbors many times over text. AITA.
This dad's definitely making chicky riggies every Tuesday and Thursday. There's no way around that. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that little edit at the end really plops some sad Cool Whip on top of this fuck pie, doesn't it?
He's got partial custody, but I do think it's a key piece of evidence that This is happening on a Tuesday night. Tell me you're not having crazy screaming sex Tuesday at 2 a.m.
Who are you trying to
2 a.m.,
impress?
yeah.
That's insane.
Do you really think it's 2 a.m. every time, though? I bet he's exaggerating with that.
I mean, even if it's past 10, I feel like it's kind of understood quiet hours when you share a wall.
Past 10?
Yes. Yep.
You 70?
So you're a shitty neighbor. What, you think people don't work just because you don't?
Wow.
She doesn't have a day job.
fired.
Shannon works harder than anybody I know. She
That
works her
is-
ass on the podcast.
That is the first Danny to Shannon slam we've had in a long time.
She knows. She knows how much I respect her work
True,
ethic.
it's true.
Good
But
recovery.
I think like 10 a.m. I mean 10 p.m. It's like honey, we got to get our sex time in now. It's 9:45.
No, you can fuck. You can have nice, quiet sex. You know, here's a great
guess.
quote from my mom. She would always say, "It's called making love for a reason."
Oh, that's sweet.
Is that sweet? Okay.
Oh wait, is it?
It
I
makes
don't
me
know.
wi-
Maybe I don't get it then.
I mean, it don't have to be, you know.
Yeah, I didn't really know what it means.
Sometimes it
I
can
don't
just
get
be,
it.
I think the idea is you have to work. It takes effort
Ah.
to create.
Well, it takes
love.
a lot of effort to exclusively fuck at 2 o'clock in the morning. So that's the part that I am kind of hung up on. And I do feel like a lot of times I've met people like this where sex is a performance for them. They need to make a big deal out
Yes.
of how much they are enjoying it, how good they are at it. And it's really try hard. I've never enjoyed that energy at all. If
Yeah.
it gets crazy, it gets crazy. But I feel like that consistent amount of screaming, it's like you're fighting for the relationship of like, are you having a good time? Yes, I am having a good time. My name, your name. Ah.
I want you to know I'm bad at sex and very quiet. Respectful.
I could see you being very
Respectful.
critical during. Just
Let's not get into it.
okay,
But
yeah, your parents are
Parents
here.
are
my
here.
parents are here, so
Not a bonus episode.
But
Yeah.
I also see how like this would be frustrating for the neighbors who like, you know, they want to have sex the way they want to have it in their own bed, and they're like being told how they can have sex in their own home.
I don't even feel like you should have to tell a grown adult who shares a wall. Y'all know how thin the walls are. Like, yeah, why do I gotta explain it to you?
I guess
If it
like
was-
if you understand like the thinness, you would want to be, but. I don't know. It just sucks that you have to like, okay, well now we live in this apartment and we just have to have quiet sex for a year when our lease
Yeah.
until our lease is up.
No, it sucks
That
living in an
sucks.
apartment. I hate my life too, but like, you can't just be selfish.
I think that my hang up here is that kids are involved, but it's also, I think Shannon's making a good point where it's like, the kids are in their apartment. It's not like they're busting down the door and being
No.
like, get the kids out of here. Show's about to start. So I feel like
you guys think if it was before 10 a.m. that this would be okay?
10 a.m.
10 p.m.
I would be
10
like,
p.m.
kids, we gotta get you out of your room because you know the neighbors are they're watching boxing. I don't know, come up with something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's only Tuesdays and Thursdays though.
That's the part that's weird. Why is it just Tuesdays and Thursdays? It seems so rigid.
Maybe they are on a sex schedule. And
They're trying to
it's
get pregnant?
Tuesdays and it's Thursdays.
I
Trying to
doubt
match
these-
up with ovulation cycles?
I guess.
These people do not have schedules. I don't think anyone having scream sex at 2
Yeah,
a.m.
2 a.m. on a Tuesday.
They
That's
could
wild.
be neurotic vampires.
That's fair.
That's
true.
my read so far.
Tosser 9212 YTA. They got a room and they pay for it just like you do. They fill their house with noisy sex and you filled yours with the result of noisy sex.
Oh,
Well,
I'd have slammed the door in your face too. Now that actually is a good argument. When I first read that comment, I was like, shut the fuck up. But I bet the kids do make a lot of noise. I mean, they got 6 fucking
That's
kids.
True. That's
Those
such
kids
a
are
good
loud.
point.
yeah, and they're all in the same 2 rooms, so it's concentrated.
They love it though.
They love it.
They love it.
They love being in those 2 rooms. They love Dad's house. Rick sucks. They tell me that all the time. They don't care how nice his truck is.
Yeah, and so what? They have to go spend.
The stepdad.
They have to go spend money on a motel or have sex in their basement.
He handled this terribly.
Yeah.
This is, you bring over like a 6-pack or something, you'd be like,
Yes.
hey, Barry, let's talk about something. My kid thought you and your partner were fighting, and I know it. Look, he hates saying fuck too. Like he goes so far out of his way to not say having sex.
Yeah.
Like and he says shag, which is so much grosser
Did
than
he like
either.
write this for the kids to read? Like what is going on?
What is going on?
What is going on?
So I just feel like,
I don't know. It just sucks that you have to like, okay, well now we live in this apartment and we just have to have quiet sex for a year when our lease until our lease is up.
I
Yeah,
Senor-
it was a botch the way that he went about it.
Yeah.
He should have gone over and been like, look, I have them on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
It's real sad.
Could you just keep it down when you have sex then?
I think so. I mean, I think these people are being I think they're being huge assholes. I would say the same thing if it was loud TV at 2 a.m. Well, we got a comment? Come up here. We got a mic.
Got one.
Give it up.
Well, I was going to say what Shannon said, that like they kind of botched it when you didn't just say, hey, I have my kids 2 days a week. Can you not have hot animal sex 2 nights out of 7?
Yes.
But I kind of disagree with like, oh, the thin walls, like, so like be cautious. Like, I pay for this place. Again, if I want to
Yeah.
have hot animal sex, I'm going to have hot animal sex.
I think you're onto something too, where a good way to sort of lay the foundation to this would be to compliment their fucking prowess. To say like, look, we hear it, dog.
Ego.
You're laying that
Feed the
pipe.
ego.
I need you to just tone it down a little on the T days.
That might even be... That might be a way to cool it down too, is be like, we really like listening to it. Keep it up. Get even louder. We love it.
Yeah.
Barry, my life sucks. You guys getting nasty is the only thing that keeps me going.
I record it every time.
That might work though. That would, because that would skeeve me out. Then I'd be like, oh, okay.
Okay, never
You
mind.
just ruined it for him. Yeah.
You out.
Perfect solution.
That's solid.
Give it up for our first comment of the show,
Thank you,
everybody.
Lexi.
Retired 401. Part of living anywhere with shared walls is not being disrupted to the point of being an annoying neighbor every single day. NTA. I'm sorry, guys, but if you're loud past quiet hours, I will report you to the landlord.
Yeah, you would.
He's a big old
Such a
snitch.
Karen.
It's rude. I'm trying to sleep, you know?
No, you're not. You're up eating protein powder and working on beat bops.
Oh, and also he works out in his jeans.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Nobody's harmed.
Nothing to do with anything.
Nobody's harmed by that.
Shannon's mad daddy got her on one.
I don't know where we are with this, guys. AITA for yelling at my neighbor to get a hotel if they want to do stuff every night. I mean, I think he did botch the ask. I'm ready to say it's everyone sucks here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do we have
hear
something to
what?
say?
YTA? The shitty neighbors are coming out in droves.
No, I heard a
They're
YTA.
just- yeah, but
Oh.
the neighbors are just having a good time. Like, they're not thinking
Here we go.
about
Give
the
it up.
kids.
Here
Our
we go.
second
All right,
comment,
all right.
people.
Yes.
Here we go.
Perhaps they waited till 2 a.m. because they knew the kids would be asleep.
Oh.
Normally they don't wake up, especially through the walls. And I know because I've made the noise with neighbors with kids. They usually don't wake up after like midnight. They sleep pretty hard.
Were you
Well,
the
that you
neighbor?
know of. That you know
I'm just
of.
letting you know.
Having scream sex, they fucking
But when you
know.
frame it like that, yeah, isn't it kind of like, they gotta be asleep now. Let's get real nuts.
I mean, they're probably
Wake 'em
hammered.
back up.
They're probably hammered, right? I mean,
The
realistically.
kids?
Yeah, the kids. I mean, they got a dad like this.
Yeah, that's probably. You gotta put some Jack Daniels in your Dr. Pepper or you're not gonna sleep through the night.
Yeah, I mean, now that
Your
I am
mother
thinking
talk about me this week?
Yeah, it is kind of crazy to be having that loud of sex in the middle of the night. Like, you're right. I feel like they would be like, have to be like fucked up. That they're
Right?
screaming, that the kids are thinking they're mad at each other. Like, I understand a really loud like orgasm. I get that. But to just be like
Yes.
screaming having
Right.
sex,
Yeah.
like that is kind of like,
What are you,
performative or
Tyler
you're
Durden?
fucked up.
Fuck you.
That's actually their
No.
kink.
Who's
They're doing
that?
Tyler Durden role
Tyler Durden
playing.
role play.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good,
Who is
actually.
that?
He's the guy. He's was the vice president for Ronald Reagan.
Oh, that's a deep cut there.
Wait.
Nobody tell her. Nobody
No,
tell her.
okay.
She can take that to the grave.
My favorite hobby on the show is tricking Shannon.
All right, let's just get a final round of applause just to see where you people are at. Give it up if you think just AITA for yelling at the neighbor over the loud sex. Give it up if you think it's YTA, just that guy is the asshole and the neighbor is not. Oh my God, I can't believe some of you. Give it up if you think it's everyone sucks here.
ESH.
Meaning that
I'm
you're
on
a good
ESH.
neighbor. Thank you. I would
Okay.
gladly have a duplex with any one of you.
Yeah, I guess that was the only two options, right? No one
Yeah.
thinks
Well, does anyone
NTA.
think no one's an asshole? That would be chaotic.
What do you want? They're fucking loud. He doesn't like it. That's conflict, baby. That's humanity.
Okay, yeah, so I guess ESH. I don't know. I'm a little bit YT. I don't know. Whatever.
You being
Everything's-
selfish. What an idea. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up here on this one. AITA for laughing at my brother's tattoo. My 32M little brother, 25M, has been in a string of relationships since he was young enough to know what dating was. Ugh. On several occasions, the relationships ended just because he was caught cheating with another girl. In fact, his current GF, 19F, was the other woman from his previous relationship.
Oh, God.
I'll call him Danny. I thought that was fun. That's fun. Still lives with my parents, and I headed over on the 4th for barbecue. When he reached out for a hug, I noticed his arm was super red, and he showed me his brand new tattoo that he had literally just gotten. In huge words, it said in cursive, loyalty. Where I might be the asshole is that I kind of laughed as soon as I saw it and didn't try to hide it at all. It wasn't a dramatic laugh. He said, "What's so funny?" And I just said his tattoo was really ironic. He got pissed and stormed off to his room and didn't join my parents and me for dinner. I told them what happened and they said I was being an asshole, and my parents said people are allowed to change. I personally think he's acting like a child by locking himself in his room, and that I shouldn't be blamed for a 25-year-old storming off AITA.
I would have cackled in this dude's face so fucking hard. This sounds like he was as polite as he could be about this.
I think a laugh, if you laugh, you laugh. It's involuntary, you know?
I don't think he planned on it.
He didn't plan on it.
Because I feel like sharing a tattoo, ultimately, anytime you share something creative, if you have a canvas that you've been working on, if you knit a hat and you share it with if you knit a hat and you show it to somebody, they're like, that's a bad hat. Then you know what? That's your feedback. You made a shit hat.
It is pretty brutal, though, because it's not like you have to wear that hat for the rest of your life.
That's
you got
true.
me there.
Well, you can laser it off now.
That's true, but it's still kind of... Well, that hurts, and it's very expensive.
That's
It's way
true.
more
But
expensive
I
to
don't
do
really
that.
think that it matters that, I think tattoos are awesome. I don't have any personally. I'd like to get some eventually, but I think it's a beautiful medium. And I know too many people who have some whiffs of tattoos and they just go through their life without it bothering them.
We don't have any tattoos, the three of us, right? Or do you have
I
one?
just have one under my lip.
Oh, that's right. What does it say
You
again?
always forget about it.
Live.
Live.
Yeah.
Or live. It could say either, technically.
No, not live. Not
But she
live.
gets to
I'd say
dictate what it
It's too much
says.
like
Does
live,
it-
laugh, love vibes.
Does anybody here have a tattoo that sucks that they regret? Tell us on the mic. Give it up. That's brave.
Thank
Give it
you.
up.
Thank you for sharing.
Give it up.
I went to my friend's house and she had a tattoo machine and I decided to do a star on my leg without tracing it on before because that's like genius, right? And
Bold.
Then so
Yeah.
it's still on my leg and it's like the shittiest star you have ever seen. And if I had shorts on, I would show you.
Yes.
It's the worst star.
Thank you for
We
sharing.
believe you. It sounds terrible.
Is it that they had to like freehand it like this?
Yes, it looks like a 5-year-old
Oh,
did
that's
it.
the hardest thing
Yes,
in the
it's so
world
bad.
to do.
Yeah, you picked the hard shape.
Wow.
I have that right here, actually. It's like
That's a good heart. She's got
Oh,
a good
love
I
heart
hate
there.
it. I don't like it.
I hate it too then.
But also, to go along with the story, I think, like, it's his brother. I think with your brother, you're supposed to be brutally honest. How else is
Yeah.
he supposed to know he kind of fucked up? Like,
Yeah.
And
cheat on
he
people.
should. You're right. He should know that he fucked up. This
Yes.
was a bad idea.
and don't cheat on people.
Don't cheat on people and he's 25
I
and
mean,
she's 19.
He's also been dating since he knew what dating was.
That's such a low bar.
That's crazy. Like somebody was like, yeah, dating is when you hang out with a girl and it's romantic. And he's like, okay, I do that now. Just unbroken string.
I like fire trucks and commitment.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Woo, give it up.
Yeah, that was the point I was gonna make. Is like, you just have to be like honest with your siblings. Like, I feel like I'm always pretty honest with my sister and vice versa. And sometimes, like, unintentionally, like he didn't mean to be so brutally honest in that moment, but it is kind of like, bro, what are you doing? Like, I think it's great that you're trying to manifest being a more loyal person.
Yeah.
Right.
But this is
Maybe
pretty-
save that for the capstone of the character arc that you go on after this. Like, hey, cool, I didn't fuck up for 3 years in a row. I'm going to get me a tattoo to commemorate it.
I feel like hiding a laugh, though, is an important adult skill.
Yeah.
I would
hide a
not
laugh.
have done that here. I'll reiterate. I would have asked him if I could take a picture and immediately start sending it to everybody. It's like, look at what this idiot did this time.
I mean, it's pretty mean. It's a permanent thing. Like he could have.
So is infidelity, but
Oh.
Yeah, but he didn't cheat on his brother.
sure.
Yeah, but he's also, this guy is his big brother. Like, he's probably, like, sick of his little twerp brother being an idiot. Don't you think? Like, he's
Yeah,
like,
no, I would. I mean, look, my brother and I have the same age gap, and I would
yeah.
laugh in his face at that tattoo. I just would, you know.
would, yeah.
I would
it's your
also
bro.
laugh in your brother's face if he got
That's
that
not
tattoo.
okay, bro. Only I can be mean to my
Yeah.
brother.
I actually have two situations where I reacted kind of poorly to someone's tattoo. So, one of my best friends, she's known on the pod as Parallel Parking Maddie.
Old parallel parking Maddie.
She got a dove on her side right here, on her ribs. And
A dove?
a dove,
Okay.
yeah, like just the outline of the dove.
Okay.
And where she got it placed, she had a little mole on like one of the lines.
Oh, no.
And the mole was like exactly where like the dove's like butthole
butt.
would be.
We're back to poop, but I'm okay with it. That's hilarious.
And I should not have said anything because she just got it, and I should have just kept to myself because then she probably would have never noticed it. But I was like, oh, it looks like the dove is shitting.
Oh my god.
And like, I mean, she's always like joked about it, and like, I don't think she was too upset. But like, right after I said it, I was like, why the fuck did you say that?
Now, if you didn't say that to her, like someone else was going to. That sounds like a very obvious
think?
parallel to draw. Yeah.
Poor girl, she still has it. She should probably get it covered up or something.
I'm angrier at the tattoo artist on that one because they
know.
clearly knew what they were doing there.
know.
Yeah, that's a miss.
And I
I'm
think I
gonna
was
put
with
this
her,
dove right
too.
there so it looks like a little bit of poop right there on the.
I
That's my
know.
creative
They knew.
license.
They knew.
I know. Okay, and then the second one, I was studying abroad, and this girl was a horse girl. She was a horseback rider, and she.
Oh,
got-
okay. I was picturing like.
And so she got a horse tattoo, and I think this was again the artist's fault, but horses walk like there's 4 legs and
Yeah.
2 on this side. 1 foot, when 1 foot is in the front, the other foot's in the back.
Right.
Okay, I'm with
And
this.
then the other 2 on the other side are like together. So it's like,
That's how horses work.
Okay.
Sure.
but dogs like are I think more like this. Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
go with
So
you.
the same,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you're on it.
So the artist made it was a walking horse, and they made it like it was
A
walking
dog.
like a dog.
Like a horse dog.
Yeah.
I gotta see this fucking
And
thing.
so I didn't say it to her face, but then I kind of said it behind her back, and like it was getting spread around.
I'm kind of shocked. Hold on. Were you in the friend group that gave everybody shit for the chicken riggies? Because you were like, hey guys, I don't know
Yeah.
if you noticed. I don't know if you noticed. The
I
horse tattoo isn't
know.
anatomically correct.
I know.
And everyone was just like, holy shit, that is so stupid.
We hate her.
I know. I was kind of a little bit of a
I mean,
mean girl.
honestly,
and actually, you know what? She was seeing the guy that I kind of had a little bit of a crush on.
This
So
has
I think
layers.
subconsciously I was being like kind of mean about it.
Oh, wow.
I should have just kept it to myself. But then, yeah, it kind of got spread around. Then she heard about it and then was like, obviously embarrassed and upset because she just got this tattoo that was anatomically
I wouldn't be
correct.
embarrassed about
Is it-
that.
Would a normal lay person who doesn't study the walks of various creatures
Well, that was
discern
the thing. I
error?
was like, you're a horse girl. You claim to be a horse girl.
And I was gonna add this. I grew up around a lot of horse community, like a lot of
horse
horses.
community.
No, there's a
the
big
horse
old-
community refers to literal horses, sir. Please.
Yeah, I grew up around a lot of horses. A lot of people around me had horses, and horse girls do go ham on their horse
Hard,
tattoos.
yeah.
Like giant shoulder pieces with the
Right,
mane stretching
right.
across the back. So the fact that she just got a dog horse, that's like she got out of Dodge pretty clean on that one.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what she could have done is filled it in, and then you probably wouldn't have been able to tell.
Maybe.
Yeah, keep
Could
doing
drop
that thing
big-
with your fingers. That's helping a
No,
lot.
I should send her a Facebook message.
Yeah, no, get her
I
on the
want to
phone.
see it. I need to see this.
Get a
thing.
FaceTime going here. I want to see
Yeah,
this.
I haven't talked to her in like 12 years, but I'll give her a call.
I think we got a comment. Come up, sir. Give it up. Give it up for my friend Troy. He's been on the podcast. He's been on the podcast. We went to Vegas together.
Oh, that was
Alright.
fun. Yeah. Troy, exclusively bad tattoo holder, possessor. I only have bad tattoos. 2 of them, 2 strikeouts.
What are they?
One is the majestic Arizona Cardinal mascot bird.
Hell yeah.
That was not that bad.
Go Birds!
That was not that bad.
25. The other one is it's on my back. It's inappropriate to show.
This one's
but
bad.
Yeah, this one's really
You could
bad.
show it. I think you could show it. Yeah,
I could
come
do
up
like
here
a-
so that the
Yeah,
camera can
let's
see
see
Oh,
it.
it.
wow, yeah.
Take it off.
Is this,
Live
is this
theater.
okay?
Yeah, no, this is fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is fine. This is good.
Take a
Will you
picture.
help me with my...
This is where I should be.
Oh
right
yeah,
my
will you
God.
take one shoulder
Oh my
down?
God, here we go.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
see it.
here.
Hold on.
We need one more button.
There you go.
And then you guys can read it if you want back there.
Oh, it says TDR?
Troy Donovan Rowe. That's
She's the only
his-
person to ever read it correctly.
Wow,
Yeah.
good for you.
Wait, I kind of like it.
Oh, thank you
It's
so
fun.
much.
It's like a
Oh,
cartoon.
you can actually
so
see it.
It's
Yeah.
a cloud with a lightning bolt
Yeah.
through it, and it says TDR in kind of like bubble letters.
For the rest of the show, you got to keep your shirt like that.
Is this?
Yeah.
That's, I just
It's a
enjoy
good
that.
look.
I feel
It's
exposed.
not terrible. Now,
Okay.
how old were you then?
This one is 19, I think.
Okay. You're
Yeah.
young.
I remember
And it-
when you showed it to me, I hated it right away.
Well, we
Did you
we
tell
got
him?
it after seeing Nick Swartzen, which I don't think you should do anything inspirational.
Yeah,
after that.
that's a motivator, huh?
Yeah, at Gamage, I think. Nick
Oh,
Swartzen
yeah.
at Gamage.
Swartzen
yeah,
at
But is
Damage.
it has to do with Tenacious D, doesn't it?
It's a Tenacious D reference.
Okay.
Yes.
Does
there's
anyone
a-
here even know Tenacious D?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah,
Our friend from college knew it.
Yeah. Thanks, David. So yeah, Tenacious D reference. There's a scene where they show Jack Black's guitar and it says JB with lightning bolts at the bottom, and that's where it came from.
Does anybody know that scene?
I do.
Thank you, Jake.
Yeah.
Jake's a movie guy. He referenced Barbarian at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a movie guy.
Danny likes that movie more
But the
than I do,
problem is
actually.
everyone thinks it says Tor.
Everyone thinks it says
Tor.
Tor, yeah, so I go by Tor more frequently than
That's a cool name, though.
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm
fuck
into
it,
it.
that's my name now.
That's Tor, yeah, big time. And then
any-
I just wanted to point out that the best part of the story for the brother is that when he gets angry, he still runs up to his room.
Yeah.
He literally-
Oh, yeah.
He ran up to his
at that
room. He was
level.
so mad.
The
Give it up for
Storm,
Troy.
yeah, thank you, Troy.
Thank you.
And he's been going to the gym and it shows. He looks great.
The storm off is definitely the funniest part of that because there at a point he shouted, "I am loyal, and I wear it on my skin." Yeah, and just storms away.
Such a
Then they had really
little
loud
brother
sex in the
move.
bedroom.
So, yeah, loud sex. Oh, we got another. Come up, give it up. You can't get up.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yell.
My family and my friends have hated like 2 of my tattoos. If you can't own up to your own fucking tattoos on whether they're good or bad, that's your own damn fault.
If
Yep.
you can't own up to your tattoos, good or bad, that's your own damn fault. He says.
I love that.
Give it up.
Yeah,
That was a good
thank
quote.
you.
That was a good quote.
You gotta stand behind
Wishing you a
them.
speedy recovery, unless it's from loud sex. Then
I think that all self-expression just comes down to how truthful it is to you. And I think he's upset because this isn't truthful to who he
Yeah.
is. And that's why he's
Yeah.
pissed off about it. He got to lie.
he should have got cheater.
Yeah.
Own that shit, dog.
He could have gotten, oops, trying to do better. Something like that. Just that little shrugging guy emoji, like, fucked up.
Yeah, I feel like I just know these guys from like high school, like this type of person who it's like they don't live that way, but they like
Hypocrites?
want to think. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. One of my friends passed away in high school, and our other friend got his whole ass face on his thigh.
That's a choice.
Like,
I think we can
really
agree.
close to his
face
penis.
tattoos almost always a bad move. I had this friend who was not Jewish and had a giant Anne Frank on her shoulder.
And Frank.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
I got one.
She thought it was bad, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why else you would.
I have one pushback on no faces. A photorealistic Danny DeVito right on your pectoral. I think that would.
That's a good look
That's
for a
good
pec.
one.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
No.
Tomorrow in Tucson.
The 3 of us,
No.
let's do it.
Yeah.
I'll get a tattoo tomorrow. I'm not getting a photorealistic Danny DeVito on my
All
pectoral.
right, you're lost. You're lost.
Anybody else have a tattoo story or anything? We'll wrap this thing up. Give it up for Justin, everybody. Give it up.
All right.
right, so my friend group, we all decided we had the idea to get the Little Caesars logo.
Pizza.
And so they were
Good
texting
God.
about it, and I was like, okay, hell yeah. So, like, the next day I went and I got it.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh, I love that.
Wait, can I see it? Let me see it.
That's good.
Nobody
That is
else
hot
did
and
it.
ready.
Not one person. No one else did
Just
it.
you?
Just me.
That I
Thank you.
really love that. That's so good.
I feel like
It's the Little Caesars guy.
Yeah, it's the
I
pizza
feel like
guy.
you could get free Little
Yes.
Caesars for like. You
Oh,
tried? They
so
don't give it up.
didn't?
that.
What do they
Oh,
say?
Come on.
Well, I just tried on Twitter. I asked, and I was like, "Hey, I got you guys' logo tattooed," and they're like, "Whoa, cool!" And I was like, "Could I get like a free pizza?" And they just didn't respond.
The pizzas are like $5 for a whole pie. They should be able to. throw a
12.
couple
No, they're
at you.
$6 still, which is when you look at inflation, you're like, what's in this pizza? How is it still the same price?
Hard work, American tears, and Riggy noodles. Chicken Riggy.
Yeah.
Thank
Give
you.
it up for Justin, everybody.
I like your Panther piece. By
Here
the
we
way.
go. Give it up for my friend David, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
So I got called a bro quite a bit, and maybe it was because of the tattoo I got when I was 18. I ended up in San Diego. I was went to ASU, went out on spring break. Was pretty hammered. Don't know why they gave me this tattoo. And my initials are DC. And so I got a DC tattoo.
Sponsor.
Wait, let's see it.
Like the skate.
It's the
Oh, yeah.
skate.
Oh, yeah. And so I'd go to like a pool party at ASU, and they're like, "Bro, are you sponsored?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, I definitely shred the gnar." Did not shred the gnar. I actually just started snowboarding like a year ago.
Does this guy get you
Started
into it?
snowboarding a year ago. You didn't fucking go with me.
I know. I'm
He's never
sorry.
gonna leave you alone now.
He already doesn't.
Straight up disrespect. Give it up for David, everybody.
David.
You better come snowboarding.
I
You better,
do
bro.
think legally, you're allowed to lie to anyone asking you, "Are you sponsored, Brett?" You're allowed to lie to
I
them
think
every
so.
time. That's fine.
Yep, agreed.
All right, getting dumb tattoos in Tucson tomorrow.
Let's do it. We
Let's
might
do
as well.
it.
You know, right now my personality is eating dairy products, so it's all uphill from here. All right, guys, that's the show. Thank you guys so much for coming. Much love to all y'all. We're going to go next door. There's like a thing over there with lots of things.
Wait, what is it? We need to be more clear.
What is it called? The Churchill with
that
the...
a
We're
bar?
gonna go huff spray paint in the church.
Yeah, it's like the one with the lots of restaurants and little shops. It's cute. The Churchill. We'll go into the Churchill after the show. All right, guys, that's it.
All right,
Thank
we'll
you.
see you there.